Hi, I'm David Cook. I am the clarinet professor at Millikin University, and today we're going to be talking about Etude number 10 by Dotzauer from the 21 Foundation Studies for Bass Clarinet. One important thing about this etude, and as I'm referring to different spots in this, the measure numbers that are printed, at least in the edition I'm playing off of, are not correct after measure 9. So you'll want to be careful in marking your own measure numbers because they may differ from what I'm speaking about right now. In the beginning of this etude, one of the things to be careful about is the dotted rhythms. Both this dotted quarter followed by 2/16 and the dotted eighth followed by 1/16. Those both appear throughout this etude. So a great way to practice these is to articulate the subdivision. And I like to do 16ths actually for these rhythms. So this beginning. One E and a 2 and da da dum. 1 E and a 2 and da da dum. And if the 16th note is a little too quick to articulate, you can also try 8th notes. That 8th note or 16th note pulse going on when you're subdividing, it'll make it that much easier to play this. Play it accurately in your performance or your audition. Measures 26 and measure 30, they have this sort of funny articulation marking. It's staccato dots underneath a slur marking. And this often means to play these notes legato, and that's how I would approach it in this etude as well. Still clearly articulated, but not necessarily separated like we would do if it were just staccato. But also not slurred. We find that happy medium point where it's still, they're separate notes from one another, but we still feel them connected in a way musically. There's so much slurring in this etude, we want to make sure that we demonstrate attention to the proper articulation when it's marked other than a slur. The 16ths in measures 38, measure 40, etc., you might want to practice these not just slowly and increasing the speed, but also by changing the rhythm. You could do something long, short, or short, long. Either of those, in addition to playing it slowly, help ingrain the correct finger pattern and the correct muscle memory into your brain so you're able to play this evenly without having to worry about each note. You have the pattern built in. It's kind of like learning to ride a bicycle. That muscle memory takes place. Measures 45 through 49 have one of the most stark dynamic contrasts in this entire etude. We go from fortissimo all the way down to pianissimo. And a good way to approach this is to just play the first note of each measure, but following the dynamics each time. So we might start at 45. And get used to that gradual diminuendo before adding in the other notes. Practicing the dynamics separate from the notes helps us get our phrasing and our expression coordinated without having to worry about the technique. And then at the end we put them back together. The last thing I will say is in measure 79. There's a ritardando marked. Make sure we actually hear this. Overdo this. Sometimes we feel like we're being very expressive and slowing down a lot, but we're not really doing that to the point where the audience can hear it. So a really nice way to practice this is to just practice counting this or singing this. So we might go 1 and a 2E and a 1, 1 and a 2E and a 1, 1 and a 2E and a 1, 1 and a 2E and a 1. So we get used to pacing it without having to worry about playing it on the instrument. And when you're singing it, you don't have to worry. Don't worry about getting the right notes necessarily. Focus on making sure that you can hear and feel the slowdown in tempo. And another way that you can check to see if you're slowing down enough is to actually record yourself. You can use your phone or your computer or something else, or just have someone listen to it and see, do you notice that I'm slowing down at the end? Oftentimes the listener will have a different perception than what you feel as the performer. I hope this was helpful in your preparation for the all-state auditions through ILMEA this year. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, or you're interested in taking a lesson with me, please email me at dcook@millikin.edu. Best of luck with your all-state auditions and happy practicing.